Life is 10% what happens to you, and 90% how you react to it. We are all faced with a series of great opportunities, brilliantly disguised as impossible situations. One of the worst things you can give to your people is someone you're not. I cannot even imagine where I would be today were it not for that handful of friends who have given me a heart full of joy. Let's face it, friends make life a lot more fun. The difference between something good and something great is attention to detail. Prejudice is a learned trait. You're not born prejudiced, you're taught it. A teardrop on earth summons the King of Heaven. The secret of living a life of excellence is merely a matter of thinking thoughts of excellence. Really, it's a matter of programming our minds with the kind of information that will set us free. Each day of our lives, we make deposits in the memory banks of our children. The swift wind of compromise is a lot more devastating than the sudden jolt of misfortune. When you have vision, it affects your attitude. Your attitude is optimistic rather than pessimistic. I know of nothing more valuable when it comes to the all-important virtue of authenticity than simply being who you are. I let people see the cracks in my life. We can't be phony. We've got to keep it real. The wonderful thing about God is He knows what we need to persuade us. I have no interest in returning to yesteryear. I love the conveniences and delights of today's time. I wouldn't go back if I could. I'm not against screens, or new songs, or innovation. I just don't like the gimmicks. I want to know when worship is over that leader's sole purpose was to glorify the Lord Jesus Christ. I want to preach till the last breath in my lungs runs out. When you are giving people the gospel, you are giving them something to believe. And you have to set the stage for that. You don't just drive up and dump the truck and drive off. I am a preacher. I'm involved in many other things, but mainly, I preach. And I love it. It's the most exciting thing to watch God work. When I've asked Him about something, to listen to Him and watch Him work. It's like this friendship, and it just grows, and grows, and grows, and grows. I believe firmly in God's control in life. There is plenty of television. There are plenty of talk shows. There are plenty of comedians, but there is not plenty of worship of the true and living God. Not every Christian finds it easy to believe. If I ever wrote a book on preaching, it would contain 3 words: preach the word. Get rid of all the other stuff that gets you sidetracked. Preach the word. As far back as I can remember, my mother would have me down by the bed at night with her, praying. I can still hear her voice calling my name to God, and telling Him that she wanted me to follow Him in whatever He called me to do. We cannot change our past. We cannot change the fact that people act in a certain way. We cannot change the inevitable. The only thing we can do is play on the one string we have, and that is our attitude. I think it is important to begin with a statement in your speech that grabs the attention of the audience. I try to make my opening line 15 words or less. When a church is spending more of its budget on media than shepherding, something is out of whack. We have gotten things twisted around. Sometimes I wake up before dawn, and I love sitting up in the middle of the bed with all the lights off, pitch black dark, and talking to the Father, with no interruptions and nothing that reminds me that there's anything in life but me and Him. One of my great goals in life is to live long enough to where I am in the pulpit, preaching my heart out, and I die on the spot. My chin hits the pulpit, boom, and I'm down and out. What a way to die. Attitude is more important than the past, than education, than money, than circumstances, than what people do or say. It is more important than appearance, giftedness, or skill. When I think of vision, I have in mind the ability to see above and beyond the majority. The remarkable thing is, we have a choice every day regarding the attitude we will embrace for that day. The world has changed, and it's going to keep changing, but God never changes, so we are safe when we cling to Him.